Hi, John Fugler here, founder of Recruit Me. I don't know if this is your first look at my blog or whether you're a regular reader, but I have to tell you that this is my first video blog. So welcome to that. We're going to go through this together. And since I'm going to be talking about showcases, I thought I would showcase my alma mater. So here we go. The backdrop is, IU. Go Hoosiers. I competed there and graduated from Indiana. Not in basketball, but I was there when Bobby Knight was coaching. Was there for the 32-0 undefeated season. I'm just hoping that this March Madness, IU will go somewhere, and I'll be rooting for them. But anyway, I thought I'd share a little bit about showcases because we're not too far from summer. You may have already received a showcase invitation or a camp invitation or two, or even thinking about tournaments for the summer. But let's zero in on showcases because I talked to a college coach, a D1 coach, a very good recruiter from a very good school, and he had something to say about showcases. Our sons, by the way, competed in a showcase. That was where they were discovered, but the process was a lot longer than that. So I'm not against showcases. What I want to do is put it in perspective. In fact, I transcribed what he said in that interview because it was so important and I wanted to get it word for word. Here's what he said. This is a D1 coach, great recruiter. And he had this to say: I get recruiting schedules sent to me from kids all the time. And one of the interesting things taking place is some of the kids playing summer ball, they're just traveling showcase to showcase. And I personally think that's a mistake. I think you need to play in game atmosphere, under game competition, and once we identify the players we're interested in, we're going to go back and watch that player 2 or 3 times. We want to see that student athlete in live games. So keep that in mind. You could spend a lot of money at showcases. Believe me, those things are expensive. Consider the travel, consider the fees, consider hotel stay, all of that. You could go to 3 or 4 in a summer. I believe that. But you got to be really careful. How strategic is that? Make sure that if you're going to send your son or daughter to a showcase, you also have the opportunity for that coach to see him or her in live game competition. So that's what you need to do. They're not always going to come and see you, and going to a tournament where that coach is, or even a camp where they do set up game conditions, that can be helpful as well. So when you're building your video, you want to show your son or daughter in their skill set, but also under a game condition. When we sent videos out for our twin sons, they played baseball, we didn't just send video of them pitching or hitting. We did that, but we also had like a 3-inning game situation for them. Just ran the tape because a coach wants to see them in a game situation. It's not all about ability. It's about attitude. It's how they respond in adversity. It's how they respond when they fail. It's how they show themselves, because the coach is not just recruiting a person who competes on the field, but they're recruiting the whole person that has to do with character and behavior and those kinds of things. So they want to see your son or daughter in a game competition or match competition, whatever sport it might be in, and you've got to figure out how to bring that to the coach. As you move up the ladder, as your son or daughter moves up the ladder and becomes a higher and higher prospect for that coach, he or she may come and see your student athlete compete. But don't isolate the showcases, the camps. Tournaments are good, but watch where you're spending your money. That isn't the answer. It's not the answer. Keep in mind what this coach had to say, and this coach knows a lot. So I'd like to hear your comments on this. Post them below here. Any questions you have, just go ahead and ask them as well. And if this was a good experience for you, come back to next week's post, and I will be doing some more video. In fact, you'll find some on the website.